Good, happy Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Politics with Riley King. Welcome to this Sunday's edition of Politics with Riley King. Let's get started. First up, updated. Sununu Gardner say New Hampshire will turn over public voter information to Trump Election Commission. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
I will always provide a safe and trusting hand for my patients. I will remain objective in my relationships. I will not violate the physical boundaries of the patient. And will always do no harm.
After the 2016 election, President Donald Trump made unfounded accusations of systemic voter fraud in New Hampshire and across the country. Now, his Commission on Election Integrity is seeking information about voters from all 50 states. Some of those states are resisting, but officials here will comply.
This is a bipartisan commission with some of the nation's leading experts in this area. This is our bunch of political hacks being put up there. These are foremost authorities, secretaries of states from across the country, Republican and Democrat, who have stood up and said that it's a good idea.
Critics say the commission is going after more than it can legally obtain.
The information sought goes far beyond what could be disclosed under New Hampshire law.
But Secretary of State Bill Gardner says he will supply only publicly available information, the same list he sells to major political organizations and businesses for $8,300 a pop.
There are firms out there that's how they mine data about people, you know, what TV shows they watch, what magazines they subscribe to. That's all out there.
The underlying question is what the commission and the White House plan to do with all the data. Democrats are suspicious.
We have no evidence of significant voter fraud in New Hampshire, and I'm very concerned that these requests, this information would be used to compile a massive federal database that could be used to disenfranchise voters.
Secretary Gardner serves on the Election Integrity Commission. He says all he's going to provide in terms of voter information from New Hampshire are names, addresses, party affiliation, and voting activity dating back to 2008. In the studio, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. We want to hear from you. Let us know what you think about this. Do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea? Comment below and let me know. "98-year-old activist remains defunct after agreement." A 98-year-old Massachusetts woman in a wheelchair who was arrested last weekend for blocking construction of natural gas pipeline remained defunct at her arrangement. Sorry about that. Francis Crowe and 7 co-defendants had their criminal trespassing charges reduced to civil infractions Thursday and were released pending on July 18 hearing. The Berkshire Eagle reports that the steps of the courthouse, the Northampton woman said her actions are about the future of life on the plant. She asked, "Are the corporations going to rule the future, or will people rise up and say no?" Crowe is a well-known peace and environmental activist. She was arrested Saturday at Otis State Forest in Sandfield. She was protesting an estimate that allows the Tennessee Gas Pipeline Co. to widen its rights of way through the forest. And there you go on that report. Trump set to speak with Chinese and Japanese leaders. President Donald Trump will make back-to-back phone calls to Japanese Prime Minister and Chinese President on Sunday at the White House, announced Saturday night. Trump will speak at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Trump's call will come 45 minutes later, according to the White House statement. Trump scolds press during disorderly photo op. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Shit. When I have my friends by my side and it's pride, we stand proud together.
Go down.
No pushing.
Easy, fellas. Hey, fellas. Fellas, easy. Fellas, easy. Stop it. You guys are getting worse. They knocked the table down. All right. Lay down. It's actually a very friendly press. Don't let that get you. Although we just lost the table. I want to thank the President of South Korea, President Moon, for being here.
Okay, and as you saw in that video, the photographers and press were running in like a mad storm in there into the Oval Office. President Donald Trump invited the media into the Oval Office to observe a meeting with South Korean President in this morning. But while the leaders wished to talk about trade negotiations, North Korea, the photo op begun in a frenzy as a lamp was nearly knocked off a table, which clearly did not assume the U.S. president. And that does it for politics right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Politics with Riley King. I'll see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics with Riley King. Goodbye, everyone.